What's up guys, Boss here, and in today's video I'm going to be playing this Royal Hog cycle deck. So I haven't made a video on Royal Hogs in a really long time, and if you guys remember, one of the last times I did, I used this variation, but it had Goblin Cage instead of the Cannon. Cannon is surprisingly pretty strong in this deck. You think of it as kind of a weak building, but it's actually solid in this meta because there's a lot of Graveyard right now ever since Mother Witch got nerfed, and Cannon is going to help so much against Graveyard. It's also going to do better against Lightning decks because even though Lightning takes it out, it's only 3 elixir compared to 4, and you can cycle 2 cannons quickly and get back to another right when they go for that lightning. You also got the Archer Queen, which of course is going to be great at pressuring and also defending, and a really cheap cycle since you have both the skeletons and the Fire Spirit in the deck, and then triple spell to help you, against bait and any sort of other building you run into. The Earthquake is going to help you break through. So currently it's 77.22, dropped a little bit. As you guys know, I did make it to 8k, but not too low, and there's still a lot of the season left to bounce back, so no worries. Alright guys, so we found our first match here. So starting hand is pretty decent. I'd say Royal Hogs in our starting hand and Skeletons. I don't mind going Royal Hogs first play, splitting them. You don't want to play them all same lane, because if your opponent has Mega Knight, which I would say is pretty popular in the meta, it's pretty risky. And it looks like this guy is going to have Cannon also, and a Log, so it could be a similar matchup. It could even be a mirror match. That's always possible as well. We'll just cycle Earthquake here and get ready to defend if he decides to pressure us. So yeah, he's going to go Royal Hogs too. So yeah, we're going to start the game off with a mirror match, it looks like. Because, well, at this point it has to be. So we'll just go Delivery here on top of the Queen. And I actually am going to go Royal Hogs to tank the rest of it, because it's going to apply pressure but also defend at the same time. We force a Delivery and Skeletons out of him, but we still get a few hundred damage, or at least a couple hundred, so definitely worth it, I would say. So we'll go for Skeletons here to counter all this, and then probably pressure with Fire Spirit. He might just defend with his own. We'll see what he does. Yeah, I had a feeling. Alright, so that works. Small lead right now. I feel like it's always good, even just getting a very small lead in the start of a mirror match like this, because it really comes down oftentimes to just, a couple hundred damage. So I'm going to log this here just to, make it easier to kill. And oh wow, he let the Queen connect for one shot. That's a big time shot right there, a couple hundred damage. I think he didn't expect me to log, so I ended up taking the Queen out faster than he thought, which then he didn't react in time for the Queen that got a shot in the tower. So that was a really good log. I didn't expect that to happen, but I'll certainly take it. So we'll go ahead and pressure with Royal Hogs here. And I have Earthquake. Okay, that's a great cannon placement because I can't Earthquake it. That's kind of a nice pro tip. If you didn't know with the cannon, you can play it like that, so that way the Royal Hogs obviously... Oh, that was a good Earthquake. That was a good play on his end. I gotta give him credit there. So we'll just cycle an Earthquake. The good thing to keep in mind though is now he doesn't have an Earthquake in cycle, so if he pressures, he's not gonna be able to Earthquake the cannon. So maybe it was not the best time for him to pressure there. I have to say, he was... I gave him credit for a good play, but that might have been a bad play. Those Royal Hogs when when he didn't have an Earthquake in cycle. So I'm gonna hold off on the Earthquake. Oh, actually, I might play it because I have a feeling he might drop Skeletons to defend the Queen. He didn't. Oh, did you just pre-log the Fire Spirit? Wow, that was another good play by him. So we're still winning though by a few hundred, and he's gonna go. I think I'm gonna Earthquake it just to deal a little bit of damage to it, make it easier to defend on defense. He's probably going to pressure hard here with Hogs, but now that just gives me a great delivery. I mean, look at all that value it's going to get. It's going to hit the Queen and the Hogs. Got to watch out here a little bit, though. Skeletons get down just in time, and we're still winning. We're perfectly fine. So we're going to go High Queen here so he can't get any Earthquake value, and see what he wants to do. He's just going to go Delivery on top of it, so we'll just activate the Queen's ability. I'm going to go for Hogs, and I'm going to go for an Earthquake. He's going to go Queen, so... he's not going to be able to Hogs right away because he doesn't have the elixir. He might do it now. Yes, he does. So we're going to go ahead and Delivery and log on top of that. And we'll be able to minimize everything except one Hog hit, which I would say I'm fine with taking anyway. So we have to go defensive Hogs here again. Kind of unfortunate. I don't like having to do that, but obviously I had to. And... this is becoming a pretty close game, I would say. I'm going to cycle Earthquake to increase my lead a little bit more. I guess pop the queen ability. I guess it's not going to, well, it wasn't worth it, I guess. Oh, that was a really bad cannon. That was a waste of 3 elixir, so what that allows me to do is just cycle an earthquake on his tower. Why not? Because, I mean, that cannon didn't do anything. I didn't even play my hogs, and because he just did that, and I don't have my earthquake in hand, but he doesn't have his cannon back yet, I'm going to go in here, and he has to defend with 5 elixir instead of being able to just go for 3. So you're going to cycle another Earthquake here. He's going to have to go Hogs. I might even just predict with the delivery. Yeah, I like, because he had to. I mean, it was just obvious because he's running out of time at this point. And that should definitely be GG. We just set up for a cannon here. Just go for a log, delivery, and then we are back to Earthquake because our cycle's pretty fast. That's going to be a nice win here in Game 1. I seem to have these mirror matches down pretty well. I actually, gonna do a little bit of a flex here just because, Oyasu is, like, kind of famous, so why not? Because, well, I can see Yosoi Rick in the mirror match. So 3 for 3 for mirror matches today. And then there you go, Oyasu. And if you guys are interested in seeing the end of the match, I actually posted it on my my TikTok. Maybe I should include my TikTok on the overlay. Alright guys, so we found our next match here against Hane x Hane. So I'll go Fire Spirit at the bridge here. I don't know what that name is, but for some reason it sounds like it could be kind of like a like an anime. I don't know. I don't really watch anime, so I wouldn't know. I guess we could split Royal Hogs here and see what he wants to do from there. So he's going to go for the Skeleton King and the Fisherman. I think, yeah, sadly it is going to activate the King Tower. I'm pretty sure. No, barely doesn't activate. Wow, I was pretty certain it was going to, so that's great that it didn't. I'm going to go Earthquake here on top of the Graveyard, and then Log. I was actually pretty confident he was going to activate the ability of the Skeleton King, so maybe I didn't even need that Log, although I think maybe I did. It did hit at least a couple Skeletons of the Graveyard, and it's always better to be safe than sorry, so we'll go Hogs because he doesn't have his Skeleton King in cycle, which obviously does splash to them. And this is, wow, this is one of the biggest value Earthquakes I've ever seen. Goodness gracious, I'm going to take that, obviously. Wow. Goblin Hut, tower damage, and Skarmy all in the same Earthquake for only 3 elixir. That is really, really insane value. So yeah, we're getting kind of blessed with Earthquake value this matchup because not only is it good, against the Goblin Hut, it is also going to be insanely good against the, Graveyard paired with the Cannon. It's going to be a great combination to help take that out. So we'll just cycle Queen, same lane as this Hunter here. And we could also just from there, like, wait a little bit. I might, okay, he fireballs that. So we'll go Skeletons here, and then we'll also go Fire Spirit just to try to, keep the Queen alive, because if it's more than one shot from the tower, it forces him to have to respond to it, or else I go ability and get a ton of damage. Okay, that was a bad Fisherman because the pigs got too much damage dealt to them, so he's not going to get the King Tower activated, so he kind of messed it up again. I feel like at this point he should just give up, because I've already dealt... No, I mean, not give the game up, but I mean give up on getting the King activation. You know what I meant. Well, I mean, he could... I mean, I'd be fine with him giving up, too. I mean, I always like, getting a win without much effort, but actually, just like that, he ended up coming back, so... We still have our work cut out for us, sadly. We're going to get a nice Queen activation here, though. We're going to pre-place a cannon. It's usually pretty important to do that in double elixir, I would say. Just going to log this back here. He's probably... I was pretty certain he was going to Graveyard there. I'm shocked he didn't. I felt like that would have been an amazing Graveyard opportunity. So, like I said, I am really surprised he didn't Graveyard there, because I think I could have even lost, or... at the very least, I would have taken a ton of damage, I mean, without a doubt. So, I think I'm now actually just going to cycle an Earthquake. Oh my goodness, he just played that right into it. Wow, that timing was just, it was all calculated, obviously. So we'll just set up another cannon here. We'll go delivery like this. And then we probably just need a Fire Spirit. I think the cannons attack quick enough that I probably don't need to do much else. I'm just going to log just in case. The Hogs are going to get some solid damage here. Okay, I'm glad I didn't Earthquake, because we still need a little bit more damage than 2 Earthquakes, so we're not going to win quite yet. We're going to get a nice Queen activation here. Going to go Skeletons just to make sure he can't pull it with the Fisherman right away. I guess I'm going to go delivery here, and we should be able to... I'm confident I'll defend this. I think we're fine. We just have to make sure that Fisherman doesn't, like, sneak on top of the tower. Yeah, he's not in Fireball range, and we have a really fast cycle. Now we're in triple. I'm just going to cycle Earthquakes now, because now I just need an Earthquake, and we win. I don't even need another log, because Earthquake does quite a lot of damage. So that is going to be GG. Pretty close game there, I would say. You know, it was harder because he had Fireball. I feel like Graveyard decks with Poison, which a lot of people are using with Splash Yard, would be even easier because they don't have a direct answer to the Hogs. So here we go in our next match here. And actually, to be honest, although I actually do think it's hard to say. I mean, that wasn't too bad either, because now that I think about it, my Earthquake got an absurd amount of value, but he also made some mistakes. I mean, that Fisherman, he messed up the pool on the Hogs a couple times, so I don't know. I mean, it was close. Go Royal Hogs here. So Miner and Log, I'm hoping this is a Mortar deck. Great, that's really good, because Mortar is usually a pretty good matchup for this deck, and the only reason why I'm going to say usually is because I don't know what variation it is. Now that I've seen Ewiz, I don't know what the heck version of it he's using. Ewiz is not a card you see very often with Mortar, let me tell you that. Usually, you know, you see a bunch of, like, bait cards, and if you see a card like that, it would typically be, like, a Musketeer or something. You wouldn't, or a Queen, right? That style of card. You wouldn't see something like an Ewiz. That's very uncommon, so curious to see what variation this guy's, you know, rocking here. The rest of his cards. We'll go Hogs here to pressure, and then I can Earthquake if he decides to Mortar. I don't know what other answers he has, and there you go. Right as I say that, you see he's got the delivery now and the log. So delivery, log, Miner, Mortar, Golden Knight. Just trying to keep in mind what he has. Mega Minion 2, which is quite interesting. Go Queen at the bridge. I don't really want to play it in the back because I don't know if he has another spell like a Rocket, and I don't want to give him free Rocket value. And I know I can defend this the Cannon cart pretty easily. Queen is actually going to get a couple... Alright. Yeah, we're fine. That Mortar's gonna get one shot on the tower. That's perfectly fine. We'll still... no, actually, he does end up taking the lead. Never mind. I was gonna say I was gonna say we'll probably end up maintaining a lead, but he ends up taking it. That Miner, you know, got a good amount of damage, more than I thought. Go Queen here, and if he goes Mortar, I got Cannon this time around. I don't know what he's gonna... Oh, wow, he's gonna just Cannon cart? That's interesting, because I feel like I can just do that and then Earthquake it to kill it right away, and then he'll need to play something else, maybe a Golden Knight. Yep, that's what I was thinking. Okay, I'm gonna Cannon here quickly, and... Ooh, wow, he thought I was going to... He thought I was gonna drop Skeletons. You saw that prediction log. I'm surprised he did that, knowing that I either had a Cannon or a Cage. Obviously, some people use this deck with Cage. So, I mean, even if I had a Cage, I would have just dropped it, you know, if I had it. So, that was not a good log, in my opinion. I understood the idea of it, but I felt like it was a risky play. And it wasn't necessary to do because the game was very close. So, he didn't need to take a risk like that, I guess is what I'm saying. But if it were, like, at the end of the game, I could understand it more, because then you gotta do, like, high-risk, high-reward plays like that. But then again, it is only a wasted 2 elixir, but, you know, you typically... you know, don't want to be wasting even just a little bit of elixir if you can help it. So we'll go delivery here. We're still winning, but anything could happen. I mean, we got to watch out about, you know, like a... Well, you know, that is not good either. I was going to say like a Cannon cart locking on the tower, but a Mortar locking on the tower is not ideal either. But look at all that damage I'm getting with the Hogs. I think that that's very close now to being game at this point. Yeah, he even calls it. So that set of Hog... Yep, he gave up. All right, he threw the towel, you could say, which essentially is a saying that just means give up. But yeah, so yeah, not bad at all. I was really happy at the beginning of the game to see Mortar, and sure enough, it was a good, you know, matchup, you know, Mortar matchup. Typically, I would say, like, you know, 80% of the time when you're against Mortar with this deck, because of the fact that they have a hard time defending the Hogs, and you got Earthquake for the Mortar, it's typically going to be pretty good for you. So we're finding these games really quickly here, which is nice. So we're against Sky Rapid right now. And I guess it's because, well, I mean, I'm still pretty high up, you know, like around the top 500, but I'm not like, you know, top 100 where it takes, you know, ages to find matches sometimes. So, ooh, wow, Mortar again. Okay, so that's a good sign. You know, hopefully it's a good variant, one that I like seeing. The Mortar variant I'm talking about, like ones I wouldn't like to see, are probably ones... First of all, they have a Fireball, you know, right? Just because a Fireball... And also a Minion Horde, because on defense, the Minion Horde gets a lot of value. Skeleton King Fireball would be one I wouldn't like seeing with Minion Horde, something like that. Wow, very aggressive. I do not like that play out of him. He just spent... What was that? He spent like 10 elixir? Because he went Miner, Fireball, and Log, right? So he spent... Wait, can I learn to count here? That's 9. Because Miner, Fireball, 7, Log, 9. But yeah, you know what I mean. A lot of elixir. So... I'll just log this, because why not? And then we can go Queen at the bridge, because that Miner, I felt like he played when he was already pretty low on elixir. He might have to... Oh, okay, so he does have guards. That's a good answer to the Queen, so he's in luck there, but he's still to log, and I feel like he's pretty low on elixir right now. I'm going to go Hogs immediately. Chances are he'll have barely enough to Fireball it quickly, but we should still get some... Oh my god, the Fireball came down late, so we're actually going to get a couple extra Hog shots, so... Yeah, definitely good Hogs there. And then I'll also Fire Spirit, because he'll have to most likely overcommit on it, because I don't think he has a 1 elixir card. Yeah, he goes Spear Gobs. This time I'll ignore it, I think. Maybe I should have just logged it, because the Spear Goblin's dealt more damage than the Log would to his tower. It really doesn't matter. It's not really worth, you know, worrying about. We'll just go for the activation here. And I think we could... probably cannon next to the tower, because what this is going to do is help defend a Miner and potentially force a Fireball out of him. Go Hogs here, and then we'll go for an Earthquake, you know, potentially predicting whatever he drops, which ended up being the guards. And we'll go cannon here to distract the Mortar, and then I'm going to go Queen on top. He's going to go Minion Horde. Really nice Minion Horde. That was probably a prediction, so that was well played. But it's just going to get evaporated, so even though I said it was well played, I mean, it really didn't do anything. But, I mean, what choice did he have, right? So, yeah, I mean, even with Minion Horde, you can see, I guess it's still a pretty favorable matchup for me. I was saying Minion Horde Fireball would probably be harder than the last variant I played, but it turns out this seems like it's pretty easy, just because I have the delivery, which is just, you know, an incredible... counter to it, I would say. We're just going to Hogs here. He can't even pressure, because if he does, he won't be able to defend the Hogs. And he's going to go Minion Horde and Fireball. So committing, you know, 9 elixir just to make sure he takes that out. That's how scared he is of the Hogs. I don't blame him. I mean, they were up to defend for him. So now we just have to cycle. We'll just cannon in the middle. No need to play it on top of the Mortar, where we could risk him, like, predicting it or something. Especially when I'm in this situation where I could... If he manages to get a Mortar lock, it won't be the end of the world, because I have such a huge lead. And yeah, another easy matchup. 2 Mortar games in a row, 2 different variations, but 2 easy wins, I would say. So plus 30, working our way up now. And yeah, let's head into the next one, which we found immediately as well. Nice. All right, so here we go. We just once again go for Fire Spirit at the bridge to pressure, and yeah, from there see what he does. So he's just going to go for the Skeletons. I'm going to split Hogs. Why not? Let's do it. Let's go Ewas. Ewas Log. Okay. Go Delivery here. And now what I want to do. Probably just cycle Log. We have a really good lead already. I just realized that we already dealt... so much damage to his tower. I think it's because the Fire Spirit connected, but then there must have been something else too. What am I missing? Oh, the Hogs. The Hogs. Yeah, the Hogs are pretty OP sometimes. So we'll go Skeletons here. And then just go for a Fire Spirit. And then send in Hogs. He might have like a Valkyrie or something. Cannon card again. Alright. Cannon card's a really underrated card. I feel like mid-ladder players don't realize how good it actually is. But maybe it's because the decks it's used in maybe aren't ones that like mid-ladder players like to use, I don't know. Or they just don't realize that it's actually good, I'm not sure. Skeletons just in case. Okay, that's kind of annoying, that Hog. That was a good play on his end. Because you see the Cannon card was tanking for it. That's why the Cannon card is pretty solid if you didn't know. Using it as like a tank and then dropping something else. That's how it is often utilized, so, you know, you can kind of see it in action right there, why it's a pretty solid card. So Queen is going to take that out and actually get a shot on the tower because he ended up being late with that log. If he overcommits on this Fire Spirit, I'm 100% dropping. Okay, even trade. I'm still going to do it just because I feel like we're either even on Elixir or I might have been, like, up, like, a tiny bit. Okay, that NATO is fine because look at all the damage we already dealt to his tower. Like, I could honestly care less that he got the king activated. I mean, we've already taken, you know, over 2/3 of his tower at this point. So we can just cycle an Earthquake, just go Fire Spirit. He's going to have to defend this because now, I mean, you know, his tower is just almost dead. I don't know what this deck is, but it's certainly not at the moment working out for him. We'll go Delivery here. Like, what is his spell? Okay, there's the Lightning. And this is actually a little scary, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to Defensive Earthquake. Yeah, that... Okay, the whole flow of the game just changed in what felt like a couple seconds from that one Lightning. That was pretty crazy. Good. Okay, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. I have nothing to say. No comment. No comment. I got outplayed. I have no comment. No comment. I'm not, we're not going to talk about it. Yeah. He's a god. He's a god. That's all I have to say. I'll take the BM. I'll take the BM. I deserve that. I was like trashing his deck. I was like, you know, what is this deck? You know, it's not working out for him. And then in 2 seconds, he, you know, I gotta give him credit. I mean, that deck was pretty off meta, and I mean, he made it work. He made me kind of like eat my own words. All right. I mean, he knew what he was doing with it. All right, so this will probably be our last game here against this. It looks like mirror match again. I've been 3 for 3 on the day with mirror matches. We'll see if we can end up, you know, keeping it up. If we win this, undefeated in mirror matches today, which would be great. So he's got guards though, so it's not a complete mirror. This will be interesting. I don't know if I've ever played against... I actually don't know who has matchup when he's got guards, because when he has guards, his cycle's slower, but I feel like the guards, they deal more DPS to the Royal Hogs, and also the, and I also should have played the cannon in that spot where it's unable to be earthquaked. What I mean is, when I played it there, I should have played it there. So yeah, that was a big mistake on my end. So if I lose this, I'll understand why, because I took a lot of damage from those hogs, and this match is usually pretty close. So, you know, you don't want to be taking that damage. He did just use his delivery and his log, though, so I'm going to go hogs here. Let's see if he does the cannon placement. No, he's not going to. He's going to play it further back. But this is what I was talking about with the guards. They're going to deal more DPS to the hogs than skeletons otherwise would, and they would just die. So this will be interesting to see how this match plays out. We get a little closer now. So now I feel like it's anyone's game at this point, because I got all that damage. I'm going to pressure with a queen here and go ahead and pop the ability. Go for a log to end up killing the delivery quicker. Maybe get a couple... Okay, we're going to go cannon there like I was talking about. But a couple hogs snuck through, so that was actually a little bad. I'm not going to lie. I played it a little later than I should have. So he's going to give me good earthquake value here, though. We're obviously going to go ahead and take that and maybe get a little bit of damage with the hogs as well. Wow, I mean, I feel like we're both making mistakes on defense, because I feel like that defense on his end was not the best, and I say that only because that queen kind of almost died, and he keeps playing the cannon in a bad position, I would say. I'm surprised he's not playing it higher up. He's playing it extremely low most of the time. So we're going to get some solid damage here, and with that log, we might actually end up... Yeah, we almost take the lead. Okay, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to play my cannon because I didn't have... I don't know what happened. I didn't have the elixir, I don't think. But anyway, I'm going to go for an earthquake here, and it's going to kill the guard. Okay, we have to go. I'm gonna cycle my fire spirit. We got delivery and log for. Okay, wait. Actually, I'm gonna cannon in the special placement. I think next time he goes in for the hogs, you have to play it pretty much immediately. We're gonna go delivery here, and I'll just cycle earthquake, and then we'll go for the. Yep, here we go. Here's the cannon. That's the placement we're looking for. The only problem is sometimes one of the hogs ends up sneaking through, and that's just because I think of the sight range or something. I'm not entirely sure. So we'll go ahead and activate the queen's ability and just log this here. So we'll pressure. I think this is GG though, unfortunately, but you know, we'll see what happens. You could always, you know, disconnect, or you know, his mom could take his phone. You never know. I mean, of course that's not going to happen, but yeah, it's going to be GG. We unfortunately, it really came back to the start of the game, I feel like, where he ended up dealing, you know, that chip damage at the beginning that I ended up taking, and then that cannon that came down late. So it really came back to those. So unfortunately, lose the mirror match. So still not bad though. I mean, I went 3-1 in mirror matches for the day. I would say that's, you know, pretty good. And I understand, you know, what I did wrong. So it kind of shows, like, I have a good, I think, understanding of how to play the mirrors. Because I lost that game, but I know what I did wrong, right? It was mostly the couple cannon placements and that damage he got at the beginning. But other than that, it was quite close. But yeah, that's going to be it for the video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. You know, a couple unfortunate losses at the end. But, you know, as I said, I don't mind showing the losses, especially the games like those two at the end that were, you know, pretty close. And, yeah, I don't, end of the video, I don't mind showing losses. It's just the first couple I never, you know, I prefer not to have lost in the first couple of games of the video. But make sure to like if you guys did end up enjoying it. Subscribe if you guys aren't subscribed already. And thanks again. Until next time, guys.